Close to 4 years ago, I quit uploading on YouTube. Fast forward to 2025, I now get to share my work and story with thousands of people online, and I'm building a life around the thing I've always loved most, creating. If you're new here, my name's Jasper Keogh. I'm a traditional mixed media artist who's been drawing since I was 3 years old. I was the quiet, shy kid in school who sat in the back of the classroom sketching my favourite superheroes and fictional characters. Fast forward nearly 17 years and I never stopped doing what I love. But none of this happened overnight, and it definitely wasn't easy. Today, I want to tell you the story of why I quit YouTube at 16 and why I'm finally coming back now at 20 with way more experience, a clearer mission, and some advice I wish every young creative could hear. I want to start this video off by saying you don't need to be the best to create, you just need to start. When I first started posting on YouTube, I was constantly questioning myself. Was I good enough? Was anyone even watching? I felt like I had to prove something to earn the right to show up consistently. During this time, I had the mindset that if my videos didn't match my expectations or have a professional cinematic feel to it, nobody would want to watch, nobody would care. But I do remember watching all of my favourite artists at the time. I would screen record their content, break it down frame by frame and try to replicate their shots and their cinematic edits with my old crappy iPhone 6. Then I would have to export those iPhone clips into my PS4 to use the editing software Share Factory on there to cut together my clips because I didn't have access to any professional or there was no CapCut at the time. There was no easy access to create videos for me. I would meticulously edit my videos for weeks until I felt as if they were ready to be shared. I'm telling you this because I didn't let those initial barriers stop me from trying. And the truth I know now after making years of content on Instagram and TikTok is that you don't need permission to create. Use what you have, share where you are, let the process shape you. The moment I started treating my art and that lengthy process with respect and having the patience to create, other people started following along. Now this brings me to my next point. Perfectionism is the enemy of your growth. When I stopped uploading, a lot of it came down to pressure. Every video had to be perfect, it had to be a hit, but perfectionism was a trap for me. I initially made the mistake in my early days of creating of thinking that if I put weeks of time into a single video, I was owed the results of that effort straight away. And I think this was something instilled in me due to being an artist. For an artist, technically, the more time you put into a piece and the more effort and dedication you put into creating art, the better it's going to be, the better it's going to be received. But it's an entirely different game when it comes to content, especially in the early days. As you're learning, as you're putting your ideas out there, you need to just start, you need to create, you need to stop getting caught up in the little details and getting that perfect frame or that perfect edit or the perfect shot or, overstressing about how you look or whatever. You just need to create, you need to just put yourself out there. As I mentioned earlier, I would try my best to replicate other people's end result rather than putting in the time to learn the basics. I was spending hundreds of hours both making realistic artworks, filming the process, editing the videos, which led to an unimaginable burnout towards the end of 2021. I learned the hard way in that first year of creating content that it takes time, effort, and dedication to build the necessary skills to create good and sustainable content. Sustainable being the main point. And I see this all the time in my friends, in peers who are so skilled. They have something of value to share with the world and they just talk. They just talk about acting. They don't do the thing. So please stop waiting to be perfect and just fucking start sharing the process. Progress isn't always visible, but it's always happening. When I first picked up a pencil, I wasn't just magically creating masterpieces and detailed pieces of art with knowledge of color theory and composition. I had to slowly but surely learn these skills over the last 17 years. Just like drawing, making content is an art form in itself. Now, after years of practicing making videos, I can confidently say that I could recreate one of my old YouTube videos in which I spent weeks and hundreds of hours of working on in about a day or two, purely due to the fact that I've put in the work now. I've learned how to do these things. I've developed the skills to make this form of content. So don't forget, progress isn't always visible, but it's always happening. Your voice matters even if you're still finding it. I'm still learning how to express myself online. I'm definitely not used to doing this face-to-face camera stuff. I'm more used to, just filming my process, filming my art. But for a long time, I used my art as a way to hide from you all, to really express myself alongside the pieces I make, which just long-term isn't efficient in this content game. If you want to build a personal brand, if you want to put yourself and your art out there so people connect with your process and your art, you need to just do it. You just need to try. I know it's a hard and awkward process. Like, this is very weird, and I always forget which camera I'm supposed to be looking at because my iPhone has about 5 sticking out of it, but it's an awkward but necessary step to take in order to build the skills of communication. There is no doubt in my mind, if I keep doing this, I will become an excellent communicator. But I just need to keep showing up. I need to keep making videos like this. And so can you. It's all a matter of trial and error. And that brings me to my final point, which is you can inspire others. I heard this quote that I love, which is, the struggle you're going through right now is one day the incredible story you will tell. Even now, I've learned that if any hurdle or obstacle or hardship comes my way, my perspective has shifted. My thinking is, if it works out, great. If it doesn't, great. It's all a learning experience. Your journey might just be the spark someone else needs. To finish off this video, I'll leave you guys with what to expect moving on from here. This isn't just a return to YouTube for me, it's a new chapter. I'll be making new art, new forms of content, and bringing a whole new form of energy to everything I do. I'm committed to creating and sharing in a deeper, more intentional way. Not just the finished pieces, but the systems, the struggles, and the lifestyle that fueled my creativity. If you've ever felt like your dreams are too far away, this channel's for you. If you're a young or aspiring artist, this channel is for you. And if you're trying to build a creative life from the ground up, this channel is for you. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this helped.